In this video we're going to see if I can avoid some extreme dive bombers and bring home some good results in Daily Race B. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of GT Sport related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our Beginner to Winner series. This series documents my journey of going from a controller with assists to a wheel without any and trying to achieve my ultimate goal of becoming an A+ ranked driver. Make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see where I eventually finish and whether I make any progress. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So today's video is going to cover the first 2 of 4 videos we have round the Nürburgring in Daily Race B in the Group 3 cars. Now our first order of business is going to be to avoid the Flying Ford GT. You can see there in the background he just dive bombs right up the inside of everybody. We get sandwiched between him and the unfortunate Austrian who took the brunt of the blow there, and we lose a place to the German, so we're in 4th. So we're only 1 corner in and we've already been absolutely dive bombed. Let's hope this isn't a theme of the races around here at the Nürburgring, because as I was saying, I'm doing Daily Race B because I've got a decent qualifying time, so I'm right up the top of the grid. And the idea for it is to let everybody else smash each other up and we have a clean race and bring home just a consistent bunch of good results. Daily Race C at the time of making this video was the Red Bull Ring. We've had a couple of cracks at that. We've escaped without any issue, so we're going to knock that one on the head and try and creep up to A+ using Daily Race B. The Porsche up ahead here is going to get the Schumacher S's all wrong. He's going to get a bit of oversteer there, so we're going to go straight down the outside of him and overtake him into the Michelin curve there. So we're now up to 3rd, which is good. It's good. If we can hang on to this, we'll get some decent points and we'll creep ever closer, as I say, to A+, which is the aim of this game. But now the key is to hold on to this. I'm going to be driving with my eyes in the rear view mirror here, because this corner here is somewhere that's notorious for dive bombing. That and the first corner and the hairpin as well. So potentially there's a lot of risk to getting punted off here. And as I was saying in Daily Race B, as we come across the line to start lap number 2, with these short races there's no time to recover, so it's high risk, high reward. So we're going to fast forward now towards the end of lap number 2, and we were talking earlier about the risks of dive bombing. Well, I'm not just going to say anything at all, just keep your eyes in the rear view. Oh my god, unbelievable. So that's one less person we have to worry about, I suppose. But as I say, I'm just driving with my eyes mostly down the track, but I've got one eye always in the rear view, because you never know when you're going to get punted off or potentially punted off at one of the 3 high risk areas on this track. But thankfully we didn't get punted and we lived to fight another day. We're going to rejoin the action now on the final lap. That Ford GT who dive bombed everybody into that first corner is up ahead. He's got a small penalty, but I'm not going to try and go for it at this point. I don't think, to be honest, that we're going to have a shot unless he messes up the chicane, which he hasn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to concede 3rd and we're just going to accept some solid points. That is as if I don't bin it by getting on the power too early and end up on the inside of the Armco. But thankfully we don't, and we bring home a solid 3rd place. Here is our 3rd place then, confirmed, in the Porsche 911 there. You often don't see me in that car. Check out that livery, the sweet stealth one by Rico Suavius. Thank you for that. Let's see how we get on in race number 2. So race number 2, we're actually down in 7th, so it's a much harder lobby. And it also means we're going to be further back in the pack and more prone to fun and games into turn 1. So what I'm going to do going into turn 1 is, because everybody who seems to dive bomb, 9 times out of 10, goes down the inside, I'm going to, if the opportunity arises, just go down the outside. I'm going to brake a little bit later, and I'm going to try and ride round the outside of turn number 1, which will also give me the inside into turn number 2. So let's see how it goes. We're going across the start finish line now. There's a bit of weaving as everyone stays in their slipstream. I'm going to move to the left here. We're going to brake late. That guy gives me enough room, which is good. So we're going to fly down the outside of him. So we're up into 6th. And as someone spins off up ahead, and both the guys in front get an armful of opposite lock as they get on the power, we're going to find ourselves up into what looks like 5th place. I'm going to try and brake a little bit early so I don't get my nose swiped off by the Lexus there, the Italian in the Lexus, but it looks as if we've got through it and we're up into 5th. So 2 solid places gained. A decent start, I think. So we're going to come out of the Ford curve now and head down towards the Dunlop curve. Somebody else goes off getting on the loud pedal just too much, and keep your eyes up ahead on 1st and 2nd. Something happens, I don't know what, but the Frenchman ends up off the track, and then the Spaniard has a big penalty that he's got to serve, which elevates ourselves up to 2nd place. So from 7th to 2nd on the first lap, really happy with that. As we follow the Lexus round, if we can hold on to this will be absolutely fantastic. But that guy behind looks reasonably racy, and I'm going to keep my eyes in the rear view just at those particular pinch points and the high risk areas, just in case he fancies absolutely lobbing one right up the inside. And sure enough, on the next lap, my worst fears are going to come true. Keep your eyes on the rear view here. Up he goes. Is he going to make the chicane? Of course he's not. Straight over there. But it's okay though, he's part of GT Masters. He's going to give the place back, right? He's got a penalty there. So we're going to get on the start finish straight. He's going to pull to the right. Here we go, and he's just going to let us through. That's a nice guy. Hang on, he's not actually going to let us through, is he? He's just actually going defensive. What an absolute dick move. Should he have given me that place back? Let me know in the comments down below. We're going to begin the final lap here, and we're just going to stay on board for the final lap at Nürburgring. So braking hard down into the first corner. Try not to get too close to that apex, otherwise the back will come round, especially in a car like the 911 where the engine is based. It just goes around like a pendulum. Braking down into here, getting into first, getting as tight as you can, coming up into second, and then straightening up so you can get on the power as early as possible coming out of the Mercedes arena. Coming down this short straight now towards the Valvoline curve. Keep it as tight as possible, get a little bit of power there, and in the late apex of the Ford curve, be careful not to get too much on the loud pedal coming out the Ford curve, otherwise like we've seen before you'll end up in the Armco. Braking heavily down into the Dunlop curve, be patient on the power. Another prime place to spin, and we're going to start making our way up the hill through the Schumacher S's. A slight feather of the throttle there to make sure you make it through and don't end up into the gravel, and then pick your braking point into the Michelin curve. Take plenty of curve on the way in. Another late apex, be patient on the throttle, then get on the loud pedal all the way down the back straight here. Get yourself up into 5th. Pick your braking point, for me is just before the 100 metre board into the NGK chicane, and then finally the Coca-Cola curve. Be careful because you do not want to hit those tyres in the middle like I have done before. Be careful on the power, and we're going to bring home another 3rd place. So we've managed to survive 2 of potentially the most ridiculous dive bombs I've ever seen on Gran Turismo Sport to bring home 2 3rd places. Now I'm not going to go into the driver rating points because we've got 2 more races to go here which are coming up in the next video, and trust me, you want to see it because we end up so close to becoming an A+ ranked driver. But for now, that's the end of this video, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.